Exactly. Um, it's a statistic that it's mostly deals with black people, but believe it or not, it's for every industrialized nation on the planet. And that statistic is there are more. I'll say it the black way first. There are more black women in college than black men. Okay, guess fucking what? There are more women in college everywhere in every ethnicity over men. Period. That's why they don't bring up Mexicans, Asians, or even white people. Now, white boys and white girls are fairly close, but there are always more women in college because when it comes to actually having a job and career, and there's a difference between both, right? There are jobs that women simply do not do. Can they do it? Possibly. Some of them can't really do it as far as like masses of them, millions of them, right? And what are those? Those are mostly physical labor, manufacturing. Now, there is some manufacturing over in China, yes, but it's small assembly stuff and things like that. Construction, things like that. There are a lot of blue collar jobs that women will simply not do, have no interest in. Being a mechanic. Look at all the billions of cars, not millions, billions of cars out there, all men. And I've seen a mechanic who came in with his mechanic uniform, his fingernails were all greasy, buying two 40-inch, TVs. Dude had bank, but he's a mechanic. Some women, like, freaked me out, but dude must have been doing something really good. But you can have a living, you can have a life, without wearing a suit all the fucking time. You don't need to go to college if you're a man to do certain trades. Electrician, a plumber, you know. I already just named, dozens of construction jobs too as well. Um, in some cases too, you could be self-taught. There's this computer industry that I'm a part of, and there are some of the most talented people are self-taught. Never went to college. Some of them dropped out of college after 1 or 2 years and did very well for themselves. Some of the main things that are on the web have been by people just creating and inventing things on their own. You know what I'm saying? Men, not women, men. Women are involved sometimes, you know, that sort of thing, design and things like. But it is not, that statistic is such a big deal that it's been such rhetoric that black women believe it and the white media believes it. But if you really you flip that around and look at it, I mean, I'm in Southern California and I see more white boys than anybody else doing all of these, like, what is that, window replacement for your house, the shampooing of your carpet, you know, uh, the roofing, all of these things, right? And there are millions. I mean, think about states where there are no ethnic people at all, right? Like fucking Wyoming or Idaho or Montana or North Dakota or South Dakota, right? Just fucking states filled up with white people, right? You think all of them went to college? And no, 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 no. There are tons of blue collar jobs. I mean, just from the number standpoint, it doesn't even make sense why they would want to focus on us because you know what? Our role in America is to be the ethnic boogeyman, to scare everybody else, and white people love it. They use us as a measuring stick, which is some of the stupidest shit you're going to ever do. That just shows you how fucked up America is. They want to compare themselves to the lowest people and the smallest percentage versus the largest people versus they should compare themselves to another country, not to a segmented, what are we, 13% of the population, right? versus the rest of America, you are so fucking insensitive, America, to do some fucking weak bullshit like that. Why don't you compare yourself to Japan? As far as your education, as far as your quality. Oh, we don't even own cars anymore. All the best cars are fucking Japanese and European. Oh, welfare because of black people. What? 13%? And it's not even the whole 13%. It's not even half of that 13% welfare and all these Section 8. It is a percentage of a percentage. Do that shit in half and do that shit a half again. Think about all the poor white trash in all the fucking states that I just said. No fucking way. Foods, I see that shit when I go to the South all the time. Poor fucking white people, you know, who are on Section 8, who are fucking ghetto as anybody else. But we are the boogeyman, like I said before. You know. And it's not going to happen. Well, it's going to continue to happen, I should say that. It should not be believed, I should say. But, when you listen to something long enough, you start to believe it. That's why it's not always cool to keep that TV on. Control what you're watching, at least on that TV. Watch some documentaries. Watch some movies that you pick. You know what I mean? Not what the media picks for you. Like all the white comedies, all the white action movies, all the white this, you know? Support those black ones, to give a different frame of mind. Even some of the, Mexican ones, Asian ones, those are even good. But what I'm trying to say is expose yourself more to the truth about this fucking lie. There are more black women in college. Yeah, because they need a income too. Like the days of someone being, unless they're kind of, extremely well off, most people need a two-person income to survive. So she's going to need a job or a career. Now, if she goes to college, it's pretty much guaranteed. I shouldn't say pretty much guaranteed, but there is a good chance that she could have a career and an office. And then, brothers out there who do the same thing are going to look for offices too. And then there's just the simple fact that there are more women worldwide than men also completely throws that away. Now, does that mean every woman is in college? No. Does that mean there are certain pockets where there are more women than men and not enough women? Yes. But if you just start out automatically with the most, there is a strong likelihood that there will be more. And it is more. There are more black women than there are black men, period. And that is due to even the black male population being killed off, not by drugs, not by gang banging and all that fucking other shit. It's because of wars. World War II, a little bit of the Korean War, and a little bit of a lot of it on the Vietnam War, which my father almost went to. Because he had asthma, they said no. So he was left here and he found someone special, and I was born. But yes, put all the brothers on the front line. Keep taking those brothers out of America and throwing them into the war. And that's how millions of us died. Then you add in all the other things, over the years, So that's why we have a smaller male population. But Asians even included, there are more freaking Asian females in college than males because they need those same jobs too. They are fucking Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Thai, whatever, that are doing construction, that are building roads, that are sweeping, that do fucking even painting and scaffolding and all that physical labor that they certainly don't want to do. And they're more, prissy than some of these American and European women. These Asian women, especially if they're college bound. This is exactly.